Hey guys, I just couldn't wait to bring you this great news. So listen, I was doing the Intel summary as I always do, just based on detailed articles coming out of Iraq, the facts every day. I go live at 9 a.m. every day. And today when I did, well, first of all, my channel is the one that tells you that your currency, dinar, you cannot call the banks yet, you cannot go to the banks yet, not until you see my live stream that says the time is now. But in Iraq, they can. They take them in, they get one-to-one digital. They take in their currency and they get digital dinar. This is the new handle Forex, but the systems in Iraq are digital. They're blockchain, they're based, so they have to have a stable coin that is running the whole thing, and that has been released, so we see it now on handle Forex on Coinbase. Right now it's 121. So the citizens are getting one-to-one, we assume, or that's the rumor from our, people we know. So this is the currency. It was estimated last week 80% had taken their paper in and gotten the one-to-one ratio from their banks and their bank cards. So this morning, then, that's kind of keeping you apprised of where the place we come from. Okay. Then we went through all the articles today, and I have the timestamps are up for all the articles we did. But what I most want you to understand is what happened today is there was an article about the dollar. You know how we always say the dollar price is going down? This one said greenbacks on track for weekly loss amid tariff section. Now they said greenback. I thought that was odd. And then they showed this picture. This was the breaking news. This surpasses all other news. You can go watch my live stream, go right to the timestamps and get all the breaking news. But look at this. Look at this, baby. Do you see what that single dollar is on top of? It is indicating that the dollar, look, there's a $20 bill. Oh, look up there. What was the other one? There's a $100 bill. They have 20s, they have hundreds, they have different pictures on them. They're not Saddam. Guys, what do you think that means? It said greenback on track for weekly loss amid tariff tensions. Guys, this was the biggest breaking news out of Iraq. I could not start this off with that, right? And the digital foundation, because it's digital. Now this is their education of the citizens, showing these are the lower dinars. This was today, breaking news out of Iraq. They just showed this to the people. The people woke up to this morning. It came out at 4 a.m. They woke up to see a picture of a US dollar and the lower dinars. And the people with digital cards know they're getting one-to-one for their Iraqi dinar, not compared to the US dollar. It's not international yet, but the people are seeing this. This is a message to the people at 4:35 a.m. that we got breaking news. That is the biggest thing. The rest of the articles, I went through a ton of articles, but nothing's as important as this. So now we go to what everybody else is seeing. This would be the breaking news for everybody else, in my opinion. Because how is it going to come out international? Because a lot of people think, well, it has to come off the UN exotic currencies list, and that's not until the 30th. So there's a lot going on. Let's see what everybody else says, because I wanted to focus you on this so you understood the digital piece, which I cover exclusively. Please subscribe and tap the bell, and I wanted you to see that picture. A picture is worth 1,000 flippin' words, and honestly right now it's worth 1,000 flippin' articles. I'm the only one that's been doing the detail articles for 3 years. That's why I know that all the fog of all this stuff that's going on, that the confusion that's out there, is designed for you to not see it when it happens. That's why you need to subscribe and tap the bell. We'll know. I'll know. We'll know. I can tell you that because God put me into this, put me on this platform, walked me into corporate America where I was very successful so that I could get out of corporate America, trust him, move all the way from Boca Raton, Florida to Maine, sacrifice everything, sacrifice my reputation to get rid of all my ego so I could be telling you the truth right now that they're showing the lower denoms. We are this close. But you cannot call your banks. Please trust me, you cannot call your banks. We're this close, do not call your banks. Do not call your banks. Don't screw it up for all of us, okay? I give you the breaking news. I usually do a bigger summary, but I had to explain that to you. That's 4 minutes. Now we're going to go to the summary of everybody else. This is a summary of everybody else. With that, you'll see confusion. You might see lies. You might see manipulations. I have pinned comment down below is the safest way to exchange, in my opinion. Everything's going digital. You need to keep that in mind. It won't matter to you, though. Just like the Iraqis can take this is what this means on my channel. This is the Iraqi dinar, high denom, inflated dinars that are worth nothing on the foreign currency market. Iraqi citizens only can take it to the bank in Iraq. This is the U.S. bank. Same digital system. Stable coins. The banks can choose their own stable coins according to the legislation on Friday. The legislation on Friday. They can use their own. It's Friday. They can use their own stable coins according to the bills he passed a week ago. Right? Banks can do their own stable coins. This is a U.S. bank. I don't know which one. It could be J.P. Morgan Chase. It could be Wells Fargo. It could be Bank of America, which I like to call Bank of Satan. I don't know. But here's our Iraqi dinar. Can we go in there yet? Not yet. Not yet. Wait for the Time Is Now live stream with the sirens. Just remember, I'm married to a firefighter. I will put sirens, the front and back, all caps, the time is now. That's when you call me to find out that you can take these in to your bank. Whatever bank you choose. Or if you want to go to a center, the centers to me are like this. This is what the center is. They're dangled out there for you for 20 years. Have they betwixt you so you don't think you have your own decisions? This is the only way to go. You have to go to this. You have to sign up for a list, and this is the only way to go. It's hypnotized you to think. You can't think for yourself. When have you seen that before? This is the center. They're black boxes. You don't know where they are. You don't know what they're going to do to you in there. What are they going to do to you in there? You won't know till you get in there and take all your currency with you. What are they going to do? Are they going to pull a rabbit out of the hat? They're going to show you a quantum system, a quantum phone? Or are they going to, I don't know, are they going to biometrically scan you, make you assign a biometric ID? Who knows? All I know is, I would say, pinned comment. Amen? Children of God, do not go the way of the world. Haven't you learned that? Okay, now we're going to go. Did you learn that? Comment down below, guy. I got it. Why can't I close this down? Guys, I've been through a lot of spiritual warfare because I'm setting the captives free. That's my job here on this platform. We go through a lot of Word of God in the morning. If you don't like it, just skip forward to the intel. I always provide an intel summary. I don't know anybody else that does that. So now we go. This is summary from everybody. This marks one of my favorites. Article, Kurdistan Finances announces the receipt of the salaries of the region's employees for the month of May. We now know it has officially happened and the money is where it needs to be. This is a major breakthrough. Bruce, we did get word out of the Rock that the new rate did come out. Don't know what it is, but I do know that the contract rate for the dinar was going to go up into that range. We wanted to see it in. We do believe the RV is going to take place here in the next couple days. We'll see. So we see where it is when we get to the center. That'll be kind of a fun surprise. Yep, that's that black thing that I'm not going to. Mountain Goat article, the International Monetary Fund has issued a brief explainer on Iraq's exchange rate arrangement. This is a very long article by the IMF. It is very good news that the IMF, and in fact shows us that the Iraqi dinar may sooner than later be international. Everybody's saying it, guys. Frank last night said all of the bank stories have evolved from the very beginning of last year, that it's a scam. They've evolved to the point of devastatingly good. Replying to a bank store with Chase, they treated you with respect. They didn't say it was a scam. They told you they're getting ready. They don't know when. It's no secret. Everybody knows. It's all over the place. Then you've got Claire. Iraq is approaching Trump's table and is no longer in the hands of the U.S. Undersecretaries of State. Quote, an Iraqi expert said the U.S. Secretary of State's call today with the Prime Minister, Mohammed al-Sudani regarding the popular mobilization forces and Kurdistan salaries indicates that Iraq is no longer a secondary issue at the hands of the deputy minister or lower-level official. It is likely to become a clear priority for President Trump himself following changes affecting the region's economy, oil, and security. I don't know about that. That's just Claire's perspective. My perspective was in the beginning. Walking stick, Iraqi banky friend. Walking stick question, do you have a new exchange rate? Akai said, no, I don't see the exchange rate. But my boss has it in Iraq. I will receive it when it's time for me to get it. They're talking an awful lot about the exchange rate. Yes, they talk a lot about it here too. I do believe, in my opinion, it would come up between $2 and $3. That's walking stick. What do you think? Comment down below. Sandy Ingram, if BlackRock were to publicly support or encourage Iraq to revalue its currency, the Iraqi dinar, it could have some significant ripple effect. While BlackRock itself doesn't have any formal authority over a sovereign nation's currency policy, its global influence as the world's largest asset manager, $11 trillion, means Such a statement would carry numerous weight in financial markets. Markets would likely interpret BlackRock's position as a signal that the Iraq's economy is stabilizing or that major investors could expect future growth. This could spark a surge in demand for the dinar, especially among speculative investors who are hoping to profit from a revaluation. If BlackRock backed a dinar revaluation, it would directly cause it, but it would likely accelerate the conversation, impact global investor sentiment, put political and economic pressure on Baghdad to act. That's a very interesting perspective. I've never heard such a perspective, but BlackRock, is one of the largest holders of Bitcoin as well. So what do you think about cryptos too? I hold all of it. Why? Because I'm on, God told me there's 4 waves of wealth transfer. I believe cryptos are part of that. Which one is your favorite? I don't tell people what you hold, but I'm holding a variety of them, including XRP, if that's what you're going to say, because that is most used in reference to the banking system, the new banking system that's going to be in the U.S. in all the banks with all their different stable coins. How do you think it's going to roll out? Comment down below. But guys, I talk about all of it. I talk about crypto. I talk about Iraqi dinar. I talk about other foreign currencies as well, like the dong and stuff. This is all together because we're all combined with the system. But the Iraqi dinar is the one poised to go now. What do you think? Comment down below. I love you all. See you later. Bye. See you tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. I might do 3 live streams tomorrow, even though it's a Sabbath. I might. It depends on how this rolls out. Bye.